Allan Aguirre with your Incorruptible 2-minute warning. I'm not even sure if I checked this from yesterday, so let me lower it. It's lowered. Maybe too much. Anyway, look at that. How do you like that? You like that look? Maybe we should do the whole thing like that. You like that? It's called live streaming, people. It's live, not Memorex. Remember that? Some of you might not be old enough to remember that. Hey, it's Thursday. We made it to Thursday. Isn't that amazing? It's awesome. May's well on its way. It's happening. We're talking about Jesus said. There are 285 passages in the Gospels, in the English Standard Version, that have Jesus said in them. And we are on in John now, right? 4 Gospels, the 4th day, Thursday. And we're in John 1:38. Jesus turned and saw them following and said to them, "What are you seeking?" Jesus was kind of hanging around John the Baptist, his cousin, the Levitical priest, and the Levite. And disciples of John, when they heard John call out and say, "There he is, the Lamb of God that takes away the sins of the world," because only a Levitical priest can do that, some of John's disciples started following Jesus. So he turned and saw them following and said to them, "What are you seeking?" And they said to him, "Rabbi," which means teacher, "where are you staying?" A couple, 2 or 3 things that are, I think, very interesting in this whole thing. Looks like we made it. Yeah, looks like we made it. Couple things is the Chosen depicts them walking around, and there's this whole social thing going on, and of course that literally happened. That's what we do as people, and but it's just a great reminder how the social aspect of walking around together as a squad. I'll use that woke terminology. Man, how intense would that have been? And then also the thought that when Jesus was calling these guys, he knew how their ending would be. They were all murdered for their faith. They were all murdered because they believed in Jesus. They were all murdered because they taught that the popular narrative was incorrect. They were murdered because they stuck to their guns that Jesus of Nazareth was indeed Messiah. Messiah had come in the person of Jesus of Nazareth. And not only were they preaching that in the synagogues and in towns and just, all over, but they were backing it up with signs and wonders, which were, you couldn't question their authority at that point.
The views and opinions expressed during our broadcasts are solely those of the broadcast producers, hosts, and/or guests, etc., and are not necessarily the views or opinions of the Travelog Network, its sponsors, or affiliates.